Before moving to France, I've been living in a big city my whole life, and back then, I didn't know anything about slow living. It was only when I moved, especially during my time in Brittany, that I began to experience this way of living. Something people seem to practice every day without even thinking about it. And I realized that this rhythm of life truly aligns with my core values and with what I want for myself. A life where I can move slowly while being mindful of what I consume and still grow and still achieve. But reaching that balance has always felt difficult for me. I'm a big nature lover and I deeply enjoy and notice its smallest details. The scent of flowers can completely shift my mood. The warmth of sunlight alone brings me instant joy. And I love being surrounded by greenery, hearing birds sing, and watching tiny creatures move through the world. But somehow I feel like I lost that connection in my daily life because we are constantly rushing through everything so quickly that we barely even notice these little details anymore. And that's the thing. Slow living sounds beautiful in theory, but in reality it's actually very difficult to achieve. Everything moves at a very fast pace. Food has become fast food, fashion has become fast fashion, and here I am trying to apply slow living to my life while working a full-time job in IT. While I was trying to figure it all out, a clove of garlic started growing little green shoots in my kitchen. And I remember thinking, this is already a living thing, so why not give it the chance to grow even more? So I planted it, and somehow, from that tiny moment, I slowly entered my plant mama era. What started with a single clove of garlic slowly turned into genuine curiosity. I bought strawberries next, then started experimenting with seeds, tomatoes, lettuce, peppers, beetroots, etc. And without even realizing it, I became completely addicted to planting and watching things grow. And little did I expect that this small balcony would completely change the way I live. It gave me much more softness than I imagined, but also a space for reflection. Every single morning before even starting my hectic workday, I step out into my balcony to check on my plants. That small moment gives me the luxury of breathing in fresh morning air and of noticing the tiny growth that happened overnight. And in those quiet seconds, I'm reminded that nature moves slowly but gracefully, and that we are the only ones rushing, the only ones panicking. Somehow that thought brings peace to my heart, a kind of steadiness reminding me that beautiful results take time, care, and love. Another thing I've come to realize is just how much effort it takes to grow something. Even on a small balcony, you begin to see the challenges, the weather, the insects, the unexpected changes. And if it already feels like this on such a small scale, you can only imagine what it means for people who grow our food, especially small farmers. The amount of work, the mental load, and then having to negotiate with large supermarkets just so their products can even reach us. It made me more aware and deeply grateful for the food that ends up on my table. And when my plants got sick, I didn't immediately reach for pesticides. I started searching for natural ways to heal them because when you read the warnings on those bottles, you realize you probably don't want that anywhere near what you eat. And that's when another realization comes. We don't really know what our food has been through before it reaches us. It becomes a quiet reminder to eat more locally and to support producers who grow food with care and without chemicals. Even when it comes to my relationship with social media, this garden has helped me more than I expected. It gave me a sense of achievement and satisfaction through slow, repeated actions. It replaced that constant need for instant gratification, so instead of scrolling, I spent time nurturing something real, and somehow that feels so much more fulfilling that I almost forgot the virtual world exists. If this video gave you the idea to start your own little balcony garden or even inspired you just a little, here are a few things that I learned as a complete beginner. First of all, start simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Aromatic herbs are honestly one of the best places to begin. Garlic for me was a complete fail, but parsley gave me the confidence and motivation to keep going. Another mistake I made was choosing containers that weren't deep enough. Most plants need proper space for their roots to grow, around 15 centimeters of depth at least, so that's something to keep in mind. And for pests, you don't always need chemicals. In many cases, nature will balance itself, but simple solutions like neem oil mixed with black soap spray can really help if your plants get attacked. Also, don't be afraid to cut parts of your plants. It feels wrong at first, but sometimes pruning actually encourages healthier and fuller growth. And finally, YouTube is your best friend. I was honestly shocked by how much I learned just by watching other people sharing their gardening experiences online. I still have so much to learn, and I'll definitely be sharing this journey here. But these experiences reminded me of something important. One of the very first things a human being ever learned was how to grow, how to nurture, and how to live in connection with what sustains us. And maybe, in a way, this small garden is simply my quiet step back towards that.